So, if you follow my posts, you might hear me talking about how the freelancing support ecosystem is quite fractured. What do I mean by the freelancing support ecosystem? Basically, any individuals or organizations or bodies who interface and work with or connected to or trying to talk to freelancers. And I thought it would be useful to just break that down into a number of blobs, I guess, that I see the support ecosystem being made up of. And I think this will probably be the first post in a series where I go into looking into what that sector or blob or circle on this diagram, what they do for freelancers, what they are offering, and how they support freelancers right now, and potentially what role they could be playing in the future. There's a number of them. I don't know if this diagram is necessarily right. I would love your comments to hear if you think this is accurate or we're missing types of groups or organizations. We've got fellow freelancers, obviously a huge part of the support ecosystem for individuals, talking to peers, getting advice from others. We've got the hirers themselves. Yes, they're hiring and working with freelancers, obviously play a massive role in freelancers' lives, but they could play a role in supporting freelancers. And obviously the relationship between hirer and freelancer is absolutely crucial and broken in many situations. You've got staffing agencies and umbrella businesses and recruitment and marketplaces. They're obviously helping people connect to work, but also brokering the relationship and building the relationship between freelancers and hirers, and a very common interface to freelancers. And service providers, so banks, insurance companies, software businesses, accountants, anybody who's pointing towards freelancers, working with them, providing perhaps quite narrow or specialist service. You've got research and policy bodies who are trying to understand the landscape of work and kind of some of the challenges and opportunities in the kind of the new look of what work is today and tomorrow. And HMRC and government obviously kind of directly relationship with freelancers and self-employment through things like tax, but also policy decisions. You've got industry bodies, so every sector has a number of bodies who are trying to push their own industry forwards and quite often provide support and guidance to self-employed or the freelancing community. Quite often they're charities, quite often they're providing support services. And you've also got communities and unions who quite often play a similar role as well, might be influencing policy, might be just kind of small grassroots organizations. So lots of different parts of the support ecosystem. Sometimes they're competing, sometimes they collaborate together really effectively, but would love to hear your view on how I've mapped the ecosystem. Have I got this wrong? Are there other blobs which we think should be on the map? And where you think perhaps the greatest opportunity to support freelancers in a more effective way might lie. Comment below if you think there are things which we've missed on this, or if you're an organization that sits in one of these blobs, and we'd love to get involved in seeing how we can all work better together.